Hey everyone, Marsh from Consequence here. I just want to go over Halondrus. Probably the most changed boss well, Council Blood. It's one of the most changed bosses ever, and I've only tested it once in Heroic and once in Mythic as well as normal testing, which basically worked like Heroic. So I do have a VOD. The VOD is basically useless besides seeing the environment. However, after Heroic and Mythic testing, I guess the devs, and I mean I agree with them, determined that the boss was quite bad. It had a lot of problems, and they've reworked it. So, just to go over the fight real quick, very basic fight. You'll have these seismic tremors that come out, and they'll release little circles, little motes, and this reclaim ability. Um, I believe it's reclaim. Will pull the motes towards them, or that maybe the boss pulls the motes towards them. I don't quite remember. Um, anyway, the boss will pull the motes towards him, and you need to use the old tank frontal to basically hit the motes, then you can clear them. That's the change. In the past, you used to use the tank frontal, hit the pillars. That doesn't exist anymore. He will also do the Earthbreaker missiles. Those existed in the past. It's just a spread mechanic. There's a Dispel that healers need to do that absolutely trucks. And yeah, I mean, that's really about it. I feel like I'm not missing anything. It's extremely basic. Um, and in the intermission, he's going to walk to the next arena and do a lot of damage every time he steps. And there's circles on the ground that you want to really get ahead of, and I'll show that. That I can show in a video. And the last phase, he's going to kick in the overdrive and basically pull all the motes at him constantly. That's the change. So I have a video here. This is a boss arena. Now, we had the position this way because of the old strat. I'm assuming now you can just kind of be around the room to deal with all the motes. Because in the old strat, we had to kill pillars in time to move on. So you'll see the tanks hitting things at pillars. That just doesn't matter. So this is the boss environment. The boss doesn't move. Don't stand under the boss. And yeah, I just want to show you the tank frontal and the spread. So these pillars don't exist anymore. That's the tank frontal. So in this difficulty, you need to shoot the tank frontal at the pillars. In the new difficulty, you need to put the tank frontal at the motes, and it should be easy-ish for the tanks. They can just stand where the mote is and then taunt instead of just like trying to whip the boss around. So that's the mote right there. You see it over there. So that tank frontal would have to go on that mote, and then a player would have to intercept the orb. That's how I understand it currently. I could be wrong. It's not tested. And this the spread out mechanic. So you just spread, and then you get out of that. That's it. So I want to go to intermission. So intermission, he's gonna walk. Oh, I went too far. He's gonna walk very, very far. We set up a Warlock Gateway to help the range get in position. Now, when we did the spread here, this is something we did. We want to keep the middle open. So I'm saying leave middle open, leave middle open, leave middle open. So that means there's always a safe area for everyone to walk into that's, in a positive direction that isn't backwards. And this here is going to be the explosion. So this orb's going to come down and you get caught in and you die. There's also a ledge that you'll get knocked off. And you see I get knocked that way. And as a BM hunter, I'm just trying to stay in front of the boss. If you're melee, you're going to be on the boss. If you're other casters, you have to figure out what's best for you. See, like our balanced druids are trying to stay ahead right here. So again, this is going to go off. I'm trying to position myself so I don't get knocked to the edge. But, oh, this is not the edge. This is the next row. My bad. There's another edge on the next platform. And that's it. And it's going to be the same phase. You hit motes off. And he transitions at, I believe, 80 and 50. So a big thing on how to lust on this. In the last phase, he just kind of like starts ramping up crazy amounts of damage. And you have to knock off the motes. There is some discussion like when the best place to lust is. Some people were lusting in P2 intermission when he was walking to P3, so you could get the boss to like 20% and then deal with him. Other groups were like trying to just lust in the last phase. We ended up just lusting in the last phase, and the only reason we did that is because our cooldowns lined up and we were standing still. So, kind of comp dependent. I can see a world where lusting in P2 intermission is better because there's less happening. But we just lusted in the last phase. That's just what we did. I'm assuming most guilds will do that as well. Very short fight, not tested. I don't really have much more to say about it. That's all I got. So, peace out.